I did not know the timing um, for which I would manifest in the earth, because everything that is subject to life and purpose is subject to timing and the process of a seed. Everything that God does in the earth that contains life or purpose or has a design for destiny must come through the capsule which we call seed. If you go study the 4 books of the gospel, you will continually see Jesus use the word timing. Jesus said, my time, he said, your time is always, but my time had not yet come. Solomon talked about there's a time for this and a time for that. And I think as believers, we use the word process instead of the word timing and manifestation and the process or the cycles which seeds are brought forth or manifested in the earth. So a lot of us get prophesied to concerning ministry, and we don't understand that even prophecy is subject to timing and is subject to a process or a cycle. So me being one who was so zealous about ministry, I tried to make myself manifest from a seed to its full form without actually going through the process of becoming the manifestations of God's word over my life, or the design destiny which the Lord had placed within me before the foundations of the earth. So I'm looking at how everything that contains to life is subject to timing. Everything that's subject to timing is subject to a season. So a lot of us are looking for God to do stuff. So I hate people to preach. I hate when people preach, God is getting ready. When Jesus said it is finished, it was already done. But what happens is, because the earth is subject to times and seasons, when God speak something over somebody's life, or there's a certain thing that God has already done, because the heavens are not subject to timing, the earth is. That's why Jesus brought himself subject to time. So a lot of us don't understand that God, when he want to do something within you, it happens in a season. And because we are not time sensitive, that's why Jesus was so time sensitive to certain things. He would go down to the feast probably 2 hours later, or days later, or moments later. He knew that it was in the timing of God that resources would be available, things would be there, people would be there. Everything that was connected to his destiny was connected to him walking in the timing or being sensitive to the timing of God. So a lot of us don't really understand that everything that God does is within time. And hey, Ashley, I love you. Everything that God does is subject to a time. And a lot of us don't understand that timing is so important. Everything has to be done within the timing of God. And because some of us try to manifest before time, we try to become something without authority. So it's like a lot of us believe that we're called to be prophets without actually understanding that we are subject to timing. And when we understand that we are subject to timing, we understand that we don't have to rush and do things. That was one of my biggest struggles, trying to rush and become without actually being planted. Watch this. A son who is not submitted to timing is a son out of control. Hear me? It's a son out of control. One thing that the sons of God learned, or the son of God learned, was to submit himself to the timing of God. Jesus knew all the years he was in the earth, he never manifested as the son of God until the age of 30. He knew. That's why Jesus tried to teach them to do stuff within timing. That's why he told his brother James, your time is always, but my time has not come. Why? Because I understand how God operates. Because I have that intimate relationship with the Father, I know that I can't do what I want to do, or I can't manifest what I want to manifest without being in the timing and the will of God. So a lot of us, as believers, what we do is we get a prophetic word. We try to manifest in the earth before God has even taught us, or before God has even prepared us for this particular thing. So think about a seed. When you have a seed in your hand, you have to plant it. It has a process of being fed, being planted, getting the right sunshine, right? Or coming to the place of sonship. Watch, I'm going to make sense to you in a minute. Or coming to sonship and being submissive to the timing of God. We rebel not just against God, we rebel against the timing of God. Because if you don't contain your zeal, you'll find yourself fighting and rebelling against the timing of God. So a lot of us, it's about the timing of the Lord. A lot of people don't understand timing. And when we don't understand timing, we become rebellious ignorantly. Watch this. Because we don't understand timing, we believe it's my time. But Jesus knew it wasn't about him being known to men or making himself known to men. It was about being in timing that everything will be finished on time. So a lot of us trying to be prophets when the Lord said, I don't even want you to manifest to a particular age. I don't even want you to manifest into this time. So you got to ask God, when is my time of manifestation? Should I need to be submitted to the timing of God? That's what a lot of us get submitted to church and don't get submitted to the timing of God. God is time sensitive. Everything he does, his will manifests within time. That's why he said a time and a half. You know, the Bible talks about how all these things